What's up, Boston Bruins? Boston Bruins!
What is going on, you guys? It is your boys, Jesse Almeida here on YouTube and on Beantown Takes, and today we are going to be reacting to the Bruins press conference, but I gotta bring up the signings that Don Sweeney has made so far. Here on your screen right here is what he has made for free agent moves so far. Literally what this tweet says right here. It's just perfect. Absolutely perfect. So far, Don Sweeney has done nothing to improve this team. And why is that? Because the guys who you see on the screen, right? There's one thing that has all these players in common. There's one thing that is similar between all of these players. I don't have Keith on here because he's a goalie and like I don't know what that's gonna do for you. So I have the moves that could make an impact for your roster. So the thing that 1, 2, 3, and 4 these guys all have in common. I know Connor Carrick can be good. I do know that. He has the capability of being good. I know that. But you know what all 4 of those guys have in common? Boom. Most games played, 17 games in a season. Boom. Most games played, 18 games in a season. Boom. Connor Carrick has played 67 games at most in one season. Boom. Most games played in the season, 31. You know what all these guys have in common? Injuries. They can't stay on the ice. Except for Connor Carrick. Which, again, probably the bigger name out of all those guys they signed. And they're trying to fill up their roster with young guys that have been injured throughout their careers. That's what they're trying to do in terms of getting talent. Of young talent. That's what they're trying to do. Really? Really? AJ Greer is only 25, I guess. So there could be some upside in him. He's a 6'3" winger. That's pretty good. But Don Sweeney, what are we doing? What are we doing here? Then, on top of that, you traded Erik Haula away for Zacha, I believe. Zacha NHL. Pavel Zacha. I couldn't, for some reason, I couldn't think of his first name off the top of my head. So we traded for Pavel Zacha, who is young, 25 there. He's a 6'3" center. You need centers. He played 70 games last season. I like that. How many goals did he put up last year? He put up 15 goals, 21 assists. What's that? Plus points, 36 points, a plus-minus of -21. You traded Erik Haula away for him. And Erik Haula last season for you was good. He was good. Erik Haula. I spelled his name wrong. Whoops. Sorry. But Erik Haula was good for you last season. 18 goals, 26 assists, 44 points, a +19. A +19. You didn't upgrade there. You didn't upgrade at all there. You downgraded, if anything. So it's like, what are we doing? Is this to get Bergeron back and maybe David Krejci back? I don't know. I have no idea what that's for. But so far, Don Sweeney has done little to nothing with this team. And again, AJ Greer could be good. Connor Carrick could, I know, can be good. Pavel Zacha can be good, I guess. Let me see his career numbers. He could be good. I don't know. Because those guys are only 25. right? Carrick is 28, so he's getting there. But Dan Renouf, is that how you even pronounce his name? I'm not having much faith in the other guys that they got. Zaka could be okay. Greer could be okay. Carrick could be okay. But, I mean, you traded Zaka for Eric Holla. I don't think that's good. I don't think that's a good trade. Unless that was a salary dump. Contract. Again, we are going to be reacting to... Oh, my God. He's making... Oh, it's a $2.25 million cap hit. Okay, so... He's getting paid $2.25 million this year. How much was Holla getting paid? Eric Holla is getting... So you lost, what, $100K in this deal? Right? You lost $100K in this deal? And you downgraded centers. You downgraded centers. No, you gained salary. He made $3 million last year. He's not going to expect anything less than that. Maybe 2.5 if lucky, but you got to be kidding me, Don. You got to be kidding me, Don Sweeney. I really want to hear your explanation for these moves. I really want to hear it. So, leave a thumbs up if you guys enjoy right now. Subscribe now if you guys are new. You guys know what to do. Go check out my website, beantowntakes.com. Links in the description down below. If you guys want to donate to help go to games and all that, my Venmo's in the description. Anything helps. Appreciate all the love, support. There will be an article on this clown coming soon, Don Sweeney, and his moves so far. I don't know what else he's got in his tank, but we'll see. Bruins, you're killing me. You're absolutely killing me. And this guy's killing me too. How is this guy still here? How is he still here? I don't know. But let's hear your explanation on your free agency moves and apparently Bergeron, David Krejci, and Pasternak updates.
Nothing's changed. There's no update as of right now in terms of the finalizing
Turn up so
anything.
I can hear it a little bit.
As I referenced the other day, I think we're in a really good place with Patrice.
Are you?
Timing and working out the details of his contract and allowing him to declare that he's good to go. Could be
I wanted this one too.
any time frame there. Just working through some of the stuff, letting some of this day pass, and again, he's the only one that's going to make that final announcement because he has the final say. And David Krejci, we've had numerous discussions throughout the day. Going to try to continue to find some common ground there. Remains positive, but I just don't have a clear-cut answer for you.
So you're basing all these moves on a what if?
No, I've operated, with a clear mind, indication. I think, certainly in one of them.
Can you guys speak up?
We made the trade earlier today with Eric Hall, and I want to thank Eric. Was a big part of our team this year.
Yeah, let's hear it. Let's hear it. Let's hear it. Why did you make this move? If that was the question, what was the move for Holla, for Zaka? I want to hear this. Let's hear it. Let's hear it, Sweeney.
Did a tremendous job. Wishing him well in New Jersey. We just felt that Pavel Zak was a player that we had targeted in the middle of the ice, and a multi-positional type player, younger. Feel there's growth and potential there moving forward.
So that's it.
We hope to be able to find a deal and bring him in part of the organization now and beyond. That remains to be seen. How long that is, but we'll attack that right away. Just felt like it was an opportunity for now and potentially moving forward that we'd identified a player that would fit into our age band that we're excited about.
People speak up.
I suppose a little bit depends on both Patrice and David in that sense. He's more than comfortable playing, all three positions and being productive. And again, we can always move other people around. I think he sees himself as a center. He's excited to be joining the Boston Bruins, and we're excited to have him. Not really worried about the positional. I think down the road he's definably a center. So I think that helps us if we're able to to find the term and an agreement. Obviously that's what you hope for. When you go and make a trade of this nature and a player that was drafted and has the skill set that he has. He's had opportunity in situations and playing with better players, for periods of time, albeit in younger environment. So he'll have a chance to play with hopefully a really good in a top 9 scenario with us. And
Okay.
Marsh being out,
I guess I understand that.
Early on from.
I guess I understand that because he's been on a trash team for pretty much his entire career. Maybe
there's more potential.
A change of
there.
scenery
It's up to
and
Bell to take advantage of the
a group of
opportunities
guys
he's
will bring his upside. I guess. But still, Holla was good for you last year.
No, nothing that concrete. We didn't exchange any numbers, as I said the other day. Officially, we can now, so we'll go right to work on seeing where David's at. And I said we're going to take an aggressive mindset and hopefully.
Oh, you better sign Pasternak. You better re-sign him. You better.
No, I mean it probably hasn't changed for where we stand. But people know me well enough. I don't rule things out because things can change as you go, but not at this point in time. Yeah, we'll probably be a little more tilted or look at the performance side of things. Will I look to, or do I have to? Which is.
Are you really gonna make me
Depends on
put
how
on my
much structure
headphones? Oh, you son of a bitch. Okay. You guys are all. But now I have to put on my headphones because you idiots can't speak up. All right, here we go.
I mean, our group did a lot of work. I mean, obviously, we're welcoming AJ and Dan Renouf and Connor Carrick and Daniel Terry and Keith Kincaid to our group as well. We worked hard to look at the depth of our organization and address some of the areas that we felt we could benefit from.
What areas do they fill? Your fourth line? Definitely not your third. None of those guys are third line players. None of them. So what holes do they fill? Greer maybe fills your what was he, a left winger? He might fill your fourth line on the left wing. Zaka would be your fourth line center. And then sorry, need a refresher. That's it. What holes do the other players fill? What hole does he fill? Unless you're talking about for now because of the fact that you have injuries. It's the only way I see some of these moves. But few of these guys here are gonna be Providence Bruins players probably. Plus they've been hurt. So you don't know what they're going to be capable of coming back from injury. This dude only played 10 games in 2 seasons. Like, really? And I'm high on this guy, too. I'm hoping he becomes something. Like,
in AJ's case, had a heck of a year offensively. I think he understands in talking with him today doing our
Bro, he
back
played
end.
9
I
games.
think he understands himself a lot better as what type of player he is and how to be successful, and hopefully that translates. I mean, from a skating and a speed standpoint of getting on pucks and it being an aggressive mindset with his size, it's an attractive quality for us to add to our group. And Monty was excited about going through the coaching process and how he envisioned.
Bro, what are you
a lot of
talking
the
about?
lineup, looking like. I think it was an area that we tried to identify, and AJ was a guy that we feel there's some upside there.
He's only played 17 games max in a season! Like, what?
Well, today was the very first day, in all honesty, that you could actually put a number in front of the player. So, with a lot going on elsewhere, it's just not an area that we've touched on. Maybe I'll call tonight and I'll let you know after that whether or not I've actually exchanged numbers if you're that concerned about it. But we're going to attack it in an aggressive
You're not?
and see where hopefully it plays out. And that's really the timeline to more definitively answer your question.
Dude, what are you talking about?
Well, I mean, we're a long way removed from when those contracts were signed. So I do believe that the landscape of what those players at that level are signing for, and that's what the marketplace dictates. Tampa did several deals today that indicate there's market shifts, and you got to move along with it if you're going to be competitive in this league. And good players are going to put their demands forward. And you're going to have to decide as an organization whether you can fit those things in or how you're going to fit those things in, and especially if you want those players. That's just sort of the nature of how the dynamic of the cap and how teams are being built. And I think you're seeing it pretty much across the board that these players are existing and what their their contract wishes are. And as an organization, we have to continue to
On a real note,
that.
hockey players make garbage
in a market
compared to
environment,
other
and the rest
athletes.
of again, implementing younger players, finding players that provide depth to your organization are paramount. I mean, you saw some teams hit the accelerator in some situations, and they position themselves to add to their clubs. Some of them not ready to add to their clubs, but I think overall, the league's going to remain competitive to get in the playoffs. There's no question that it's these cycles that are existing. It gets harder and harder to just maintain your footing. And you look at Tampa and reinvesting in their own players if they believe in them, and we've done that pretty well over here for a period of time. And I think referencing that, and but you got to continue to find pieces that help you, as well as what you're going to develop. And but I would say that honestly that some teams hit the accelerator in some areas. No, I mean, there's certainly Patrice's case. There's not a deadline. He's dictating his timeline, but the conversations have gone well, so I'm not overly concerned about it. And David's, recently indicated in terms of where he'd like to be, so I don't think there's a level of urgency. Obviously, the sooner you get these things to, if you can, to a closure, then the better off you'll be. Ideally, yes, I'd like an earlier timeline and everything.
Good
no,
question.
We're not being, aggressive. We got a little bit of a view to the back end, given a couple of our injuries. If there's something presents itself there, some teams have asked about some of our players, so we're staying in talks in that regard. But I'm not aggressive in the marketplace at this point.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
Stop it. Get some help.
No, these guys are more fool's gold. What do you mean you're not aggressive? What do you mean? What do you mean you're not aggressive?
Ideally, yes, I'd like an earlier time.
Excuse me. This should be yes.
Not being,
What do you mean, no?
A little bit of a view to the back end.
Your team sucks!
Injuries, if there's something presents itself there.
Excuse me.
Players, so we stay in talks in that regard, but I'm not aggressive in the marketplace.
Why? Your team sucks.
Yeah, I mean, with the injuries, I think there's a heck of an opportunity for somebody to emerge as and create internal competition. So we expect all the players, and Dan and Connor and Kai Wisman, who's coming across from Europe, who's got 2 years of winning in the DEL.
Who?
Jack Ashan. So yeah, we're gonna have to look to our depth early on, especially with two of our.
Why am I sneezing so much? Oh, it must be because I'm allergic to the bullshit that Don Sweeney's saying. That's probably it. I can't stand this guy's face. That's what it is.
No, I mean the talks have been positive. So, I'm not a general guy to focus on the negative or the bad side of it. I'm attacking it as it comes and taking my indications from them, and hopefully I find closure here, in the shorter term versus the longer term.
Oh Jesus, closure.
We go through quite a bit of defensemen during the course of the season and the year, so I don't think that's a major concern of mine as I sit today. I think the more the merrier, and the depth of your organization, the better off you're going to be, in particular on the back end. For whatever reason, it's reared its head. The war of attrition to go through the playoffs has happened.
Can I sneeze now for this bullshit?
Charlie and Grizz are great examples of getting dinged up and have to have surgery as a result. So no, I'm not disappointed to have the number of defense we have under contract at all. Possibly, yeah. You just never know. When you get into the fact the season, when you start with 2 injuries, who knows? You're not going to you're not going to have more, but it's challenging.
It's challenging. So if it's challenging, that means you're concerned.
Yeah, it probably is, because I think that's just the nature of that injury. Guys take some time to get back. Now, in Jacob's case, he got injured very early in our season, so he's had significant time to come back and be back on the ice and have a full off-season of appropriate training and playing in his whatever pickup games and being on the ice appropriately. So that gives you a little bit of comfort and peace of mind. But I think you got to understand he's going to need some volume and reps. Through training camp that will allow him to get his timing completely back and probably play, significant exhibition games in order to, again, continue to improve upon his timing, because the speed of the game, as it goes along, gets ramped up. But his recovery has gone very well, so we're hopeful that he does, as you pointed out, assume the nature of where his game was at and where it was trending. That's what I'm excited about. Yeah. I wish Curtis well. He was a really great Bruin for us, and landed closer to home. Probably what's best for him and his family, and Vancouver's lucky to have him. You'd have to ask Curtis that. I mean, I have to assume anybody would. You've got a young young child and have an opportunity to do that. Vancouver's a good organization. It must have been a good opportunity, but I can't speak for him in that regard. I just thank him because I thought he was a really good Bruin.
That's a guy who you should have kept.
Yeah, probably just keeping an eye towards the potential guys that we have in the depth of our organization at this point in time. That
You don't have any!
An opportunity. Now whether they take it and hold on to it, several of those players need waivers. So we just felt comfortable. Not necessarily giving up term.
Are you talking about, if you're talking about your
what these younger players
your depth in the minors, you don't have any. If that's what you're talking about, you don't have any.
And we're hopeful that the other guys are ready to assume that role. We have integrated well. We've identified pretty well of guys that can go in and handle that role, and hopefully we're going to continue to do so. Probably not as much as I would like. Again, the timing of the critical date calendar is what it is, and it works best. You could always try and move the development camp beyond all these things, but ideally it works well.
Your development sucks in terms of players.
Sure that outside of LaSalle and Lorei being injured, you're getting the vast majority of the players in camp, and I think that's really important. For them to spend the appropriate amount of time here.
Lazelle's the only guy that you really have
juggling it. The vast majority of the teams have their
in terms of depth in the minors.
You just got to find the balance.
Jack Studnicka, Zach Zinnigan. Really?
I mean, I hope to think that I've had conversations with most of the
Jakob Zboril.
landscape is going to be and fit them back in. Do you revisit players that
Could have had Matthew Barzal or Kyle Connor, but no.
Come back and duplicate. Yeah, I think you do. Those guys are all good players in the National Hockey League, and you wish them well. Vast majority of them, have looped back to say if the Boston Bruins they would like to come back, and but in this case, it didn't line up. We didn't have a lot of spots open in that regard. But we've created a lot of internal competition. I think the players are excited about that opportunity, be it AJ or Dan or Vinny Terry or really any of the guys that we've just recently signed. They were excited to join.
Dude, they haven't played.
And hopefully
they've never played a full season. It's either because they really stink or they've been hurt.
I mean, you're just trying to create the deepest team you can. I mean, you're talking about, Patrice, who just won the Selke.
Oh, and you're deep.
Earlier. You're not replacing that player, unless you've gotten either lucky through the draft or you drafted appropriately at the top of the rounds.
Which you don't do, by the way. You do not do that. You suck at drafting players. So you can't. So you'll never replace him, obviously. So you don't draft good.
You've got other players that are injured, so we're a long way from opening night, but you never feel great. You don't comfortable. You just try and do the best job you can every day, and have the conversations with your coaches and how they feel about it, and see if there are areas with your scouts and your staff, identification.
You should have been the one fired.
Things that how we're going to play, and really just pick apart the areas of your game that you think you can improve upon, whether that's internally, externally, and map out through the course of the year. I mean, player transactions generally happen in bunches, this time of the year, trade deadline, and periodically throughout. But so you got to do a lot of work leading up to both of those environments, and then
you need a lot of work.
In cases you're sitting back and crossing your fingers to stay healthy or get healthy, and hope that the pieces of the puzzle fit.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. What do you guys give the Bruins a grade for their offseason? I mean, they couldn't have really done much, but I feel like they didn't do anything. Just look at these guys' numbers. I mean, yeah. I mean, they're young, but they either, one, cannot stay away from injury. It's either one or two things. Because I don't watch a lot of Devils games, or this guy played on the Red Wings. I don't watch the Red Wings play. I don't watch... Who did this guy play for? He played for the Devils. I don't watch any of these I don't watch any of these teams here. So it's either one of two things. It's either one, they've been hurt, and that's the reason why they don't play many games in a season. Or two, they absolutely blow. And they just play in the AHL. Can I see AHL? Oh, nice. So that's what it is. They just suck. Wait a minute. I can get that answer for you guys. So I was right, guys. That's what it is. I know that guy's an actual NHL player, so I won't even look him up. So that's what it is. This guy's an actual NHL player. That's what it is. That's what these signings are. They just all flat out stink. That's what it is. F of an offseason for the Bruins. F of an offseason for the Bruins. Leave a thumbs up if you guys enjoy. Subscribe now if you guys are new. You guys know what to do. Go check out my website. Links in the description down below. The link to my Venmo account is also in the description as well if you guys want to help donate to games. Anything else, appreciate all of the support. Can somebody please tell Don Sweeney to resign or fire his ass, please? Something needs to be done. Because some of the comments I was hearing, like, from that guy's mouth, I have zero faith in him going forward with this team. So, it's been Jesse. I'll see you guys in the next video. Later, guys. Man, they are absolutely fool's gold.